Well, he has been called one of America's most beautiful physicians, but he's battling some ugly accusations. The I-Team first reported in 2016 about the doctor accused of overprescribing opioids. Well, now he's accused of mishandling patient records, too. But as Chris Glorioso reports, the doctor managed to keep an unblemished medical license.
Beautiful doctor for August, Dr. David Greuner.
He's been a fixture on daytime talk shows, declared one of America's hottest doctors, and more recently, he's been quoted dropping nuggets of medical wisdom in Reader's Digest. The last time the I-Team profiled Dr. David Greuner, he was on the receiving end of a nasty lawsuit. Former patient Maria Liberatore filed this claim, insisting the dapper doctor took advantage of her opioid addiction, charging up to $7,000 a day for hundreds of shots of Demerol over 13 months.
She was rendered a small child. She was unable to act for herself, care for herself.
Fast forward 2.5 years later, and that lawsuit is nearing a trial. But some key evidence is missing. According to court papers filed by Dr. Greuner, he lost all of Maria Liberatore's medical records when this Roslyn Heights house was flooded by Superstorm Sandy. An affidavit from Greuner's friend says the doctor stored an external hard drive containing medical records in my garage. But shortly after Hurricane Sandy, I discovered the hard drive was destroyed by the storm's flooding.
No doubt, Superstorm Sandy pummeled Long Island, but Dr. Greuner's plaintiff patient believes her medical records were intentionally destroyed. So we came here to Roslyn Heights to find out how bad was that flooding.
We visited the address where the records were destroyed and tracked down the phone number for Arthur Commissar, the friend who kept Greuner's hard drive.
Yes, I'm looking for Arthur Commissar.
He didn't want us to record him, but on the phone he said there was massive flooding, though he couldn't remember whether water in this garage was inches deep or feet deep. Mindy Kafka lives across the street. During Sandy, she doesn't remember any flooding at all.
No, we did not get floods. I've never seen flooding here.
In court, an attorney for David Greuner said neighbors of the garage have no credible evidence of what happened there, and she insisted Dr. Greuner denies destroying his records. It was an act of God. Last month, Judge Shlomo Hagler declined to rule on whether Greuner intentionally lost those medical records, but he said Greuner was at least negligent in choosing a friend's garage to store that hard drive. New York's Office of Professional Medical Conduct wouldn't say if it's okay to store medical records in a residential garage. The I-Team first alerted OPMC to accusations about Dr. Greuner's prescribing back in 2016. Since then, OPMC has taken no public action and made no finding of negligence. Greuner remains fully licensed, never sanctioned, even after the loss of Liberatore's records.
That's the kind of thing that OPMC, I think, would be interested in.
In 2014, the New York Public Interest Research Group published this report criticizing OPMC for its tendency to let doctors off the hook. It found 77% of the time, doctors are allowed to continue seeing patients despite findings of negligence.
The agency needs to reform. I mean, it's really stacked for the doctor.
Citing doctor privacy, OPMC declined to tell us if an investigation was ever opened into Greuner's prescribing or his record keeping. Greuner's attorney did not respond to our emailed questions by this story's deadline, but in court papers, Greuner has insisted his conduct was legal and that he was the victim of a drug-seeking patient who lied about her medical history in order to feed her habit. Chris Glorioso, News 4 New York.